Hello and welcome to another episode of VChess. Today I'm going to be showing you my first two ever over the board games, and so I'll just say right now that I won this game and I lost this other game. Anyway, so I'll just be taking you through the games and I hope you enjoy. For the person who's playing against me, I might send them this link so that anyway, so these two games were 20 minutes 10, and I was playing as black in this first game, so 20 minutes 10 increment. Anyway, so I played the old Benoni defense, hoping that he would take, but of course my opponent was very good, quite humble as well, so that's one thing. Anyway, I played d5 best move. Knight f6? Yes, I played knight f6, he played knight c3. Usually I was expecting c4 because then I can play the Benker gambits, which is quite a interesting opening usually. Yes, ooh, it says white wins usually, does it? Interesting, that's very interesting, isn't it? No, sorry about that. So I was just hoping to go into the Benker gambit, which is very very imbalanced because black has both of these open files, but white has a bit more central space. And they're gonna play e4 soon, and but the thing is, white has to waste a move playing I'll just show you an example. So normally it's knight to3, you play g6, knight f3, and then you can play bishop g7, and then they'll play e4, and with that takes, and then you castle. And then they play g3, and then they have to get their king to g2, and then king f1. You play e6, and then they go there. You go take, and they've got good control of the center, but you've got open files. So that's how the bank usually goes, I think. Anyway, we played the Benoni Indian, which is not very good for me. And I haven't learnt any of this. I just played it then because I think I underestimated my opponent. Anyway, so I played e5, which is just a bad move because it just creates permanent holes there. Now you just cannot move your pieces here. Anyway, so he played knight f3. I played bishop g4. Yep, and we castled, and then he played h3. I should have been taking, but I actually went bishop h5. And this is my only really active piece, so he went knight d2, which is best move. Took take, and well, he's just got lots of central space. I mean, I've got good control of d4, but he's got just so much control. He's got e6 and c6. If I had imagine me having my pawn there, protected with this pawn as well, there. It would be equal probably, but my pawn's back here, meaning I just don't have much control in the enemy position. Also, my pieces are very passive, and this pawn is just very well protected, which is the root. You can play f3 soon, meaning that the entire chain, it's like a chain of pawns. Anyway, I played a6. Like in the Benoni, you should be going for b5, so he played a4 to just stop b5. Well, yeah, in the future, I played knight bd7. Knight c4. Yes. E5 is actually a better move because then I will never be playing b5 because then they'll just take and take. And even though I've got some good control, they've still, as I said, if you can control the opponent's territory without them being able to break through. See, it's +3 already. They'll just play rook a3 according to the machine and just come here, and it's just bad news. Anyway, where were we again? Anyway, knight c4, which is the second best move, but yeah, knight to e8, which is best move, second best. Anyway, that shouldn't matter, but it's fine. f4, take, hung a pawn. I'm just getting so much pressure on. I actually that's just a big blunder because it's +1 right now. That's +5. I'm gonna play rook b8 because I thought the knight gets a good square and that's +9. because of the tactic with which both of us missed, which is which is take and then just a simple fork, and he just wins 2 pieces. Oh no, he wins a piece, and he's obviously got good e-pawn. Look at these knights, ready to gallop into these, just like good outposts. And then the rook is just coming in on the E or D file. Yeah, it's not a great position anyway. Yes, well, he didn't notice it, and neither did I notice it, which is good. I played b5. Again, he can do the same thing, but we didn't notice. And he took the other way, so yeah, he can't play that anymore. And then take back, and I thought I could put him away. But he played d6, which is an interesting move. I was analysing this game with the opponent after the game, and we had a coach there, and he said that you should have been trying to keep the central pawn, so that's one thing you should try and do. If you've got strong central pawns like these, which are just controlling important squares, you should always just be trying to keep them. So basically, my opponent wanted to win the b pawn, but it's not as important at all. Take, and then you want to take. And I played queen b6, which is third best move. It's an okay move, but he just stops it with c4. Oh, sorry, what was that again? Sorry. As soon as you click the down key, goes back to start. Anyway, c4. Shutting down all counterplay or anything, like any checks on the king. Knight, got knight d5, did he? What was the best move on it? Knight. Oh yes, cool. Oh yeah, knight d5. The knight. Get the knight. That must be the thing. See, like rook fd8 and then getting the knight to a good square. Like basically, like let's see, what's the line? I'll just quickly look through it. b3, rook a8, rook d1, rook fc8, and then yeah, it's just a nice square for the knight. Anyway, okay. There you go. He played. Oh yes, okay, so I played rook e8, trying to just get some counterplay on this pawn. He played queen f2, I played rook e7, which is an okay move. It's not a great move, but it's an okay move anyway. So next, pawn pushed. Oh, you can't take, because then they can sack the rook. If we take back, it's mate in 2. Oh, whoops. Right, that's not. Check. It's a common background mate tactic, so yeah, I did notice that. Anyway, so I just tried to get more pressure. He played queen f, and I just blundered. Do you know, like those? I've got this book called How to Reassess Your Chess. It's the 4th edition. It's by Jeremy Silman. I recommend you read it. In that book, he talks about. I'm reading the minor pieces section, and he said that knight b8 and then just rerouting the knight is important. But I think knight b8 is just too slow. You had to play rook f8, and you would have been just 0.7. Would have been fine. Anyway, he finds it, and it's rook f8, and then yeah, e6. Just bad news. Bad news knocking on the door. Obviously, if you take, it's mate. I think let's wait. Take, yeah, and you can't take with anything because. So if you take with the pawn, it's simply mate. If you take with the rook, you lose a rook because if you take, it's mate. So it's a very sticky position. I played f6, and yes, he kind of hung a knight in the middle of the game. From +8 to -5. And I'll just quickly go through the rest of the game, because I've got another game as well, yeah. Okay, played rook f3. I just got all my pieces in nicely. Looked for a queen trade, I just thought I could get the queen trade, and I played rook d6. Is that rook ed8? Then I played there, got the fork. Yeah, and I just really finished off. He gave me the honour of doing the mate, which is quite nice. And he just walks his king all the way. Blocked off the king. Actually, if I mess about now and go like this, it's actually mate in 2. Rook mate. No, but never mind. Yeah, that didn't happen because obviously I mated. Okay, that was actually a very lucky game. Not going to lie. That was an extremely lucky game. Queen f4. Queen f5, and it just... But it happens, of course, yeah. Like, we were blitzing out both the moves. By the time we finished, I think I had 8 minutes on the clock. And my opponent had 11 minutes on the clock, so... And it was a 20 minutes game with 10 increments, so... 10 seconds increment, yeah. Anyway. So this was my first ever over-the-board timed, like, proper game. I actually notated all this as well. In the middle of the game, I was saying, like, I was saying, is this knight c7? Or, like, is this king e7? Or I said, like, is this knight to f3? Because we had the coordinates the wrong way around, so we had the white pieces on the black side. Yes. But in the second game, I was a bit more quiet. Because obviously, yes. Okay. Second game, this game went, yeah, well, you'll see now. Okay, Queen's Gambit declined, Queen's Knight. This is a really aggressive move, which sounds ridiculous. This is, you could call it the accelerated semi-Slav defense, or you can call it the or it's called the semi-Slav defense, the note room variation. The idea is to play d takes c4 and then b5, and you're never getting that pawn back. That's what they're claiming. Anyway. Interesting. The computer says... The computer's... Wait a minute. I can't move it. A minute. Just a second. I'll quickly reload this. Oh, I just lost it. Okay. I'll quickly get it back. Ignore that. Oh, sorry. Okay, there you go. Oopsies. Okay. Oh yes, now I can move. Okay, there you go. Sorry about that. Bishop f4 is just a bad move because d takes c4. You should be playing a4. Because now they go. Because you should be playing a4 because then they can't play b5. Take. I'll just show that quickly. Sorry, sometimes take just confuses people, and you've just got a slightly better position. Anyway, I played e4. Now I'm worse. Played a4. He played bishop b4, which is best move. Yes, and take. He played a5 for some reason, but it's an interesting move. I think he's just trying to get the pawns. And look at that, 3-on-1 now. And it's move. Was it move 8? I'm being completely crushed in this position. Ooh, it's lagging. He took. I took. Ooh. I'm just gonna wait for 1 second. Oh yes, about this. By this position, I was just like completely cramped. I mean, since this, I have been thinking about how I can how I'll play against these, and I've got different repertoires now. Like I've got the Vienna Gambits, I've got this like Reti C4 thing, and anyway, didn't have those back then. Anyway, he just won almost all my pawns. By the way, the thing about this is, if he goes like knight to a6, it's oh no, never mind, not knight to a6. If he goes like bishop, there is mate. Not mate, is it? Well, you win a rook. That was my idea, but obviously he's not going to fall for that. He was a very skilled opponent, actually. I thought I actually wrote bishop f4 for this, like here, but I accidentally played bishop e5, and he played f6. I was like, I said bishop f4, didn't I? I played bishop f4 though, didn't I? And then he was like, yeah, I just changed it to 55. I mean, it's kind of wasting a move, but yeah, it's -6 now. Just the queenside majority. Too high for him. I tried a bit of a tactic, but he found something. Yeah, the rest of this game got really very unfortunate. I shouldn't have. The thing I could have done is I could have taken the pawn, but I just didn't feel like it. I thought I could stop the pawn, and I didn't want to do this because I just get destroyed. It'll literally be mate soon if you don't do something. Anyway. Yes, so I went in the attempt. I was going, if he takes, which he did take, going back. Oh, see, that's not too long away. And then, I was kind of destroyed now. And he kind of hung a rook. But he's just completely winning, and I resigned this position. Yes, this wasn't one of my best games, to be honest. Yes, it was just the starting, and I hadn't read anything about this in theory. And it's just the way he played c6 with the idea of b5. I don't know if he knew the theory, but if he didn't know the theory, he was basically playing like a crazy chess grandmaster, like an amazing chess grandmaster from before. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Well, if you liked this, maybe consider like putting a thumbs up, not in the comments, on the video, and consider subscribing because I've got good content coming up soon. Reach us out.